Welcome to all. My name is Avigyan Tiwari, working as Assistant Professor at Sage University Bhopal. Today we are going to see control statements, that how we are going to control the statements which we are going to write in R. So we'll see that one. Let me open my R Studio. So I am using exactly Kaggle. This is an online application. Okay, fine. So this is a statement is written here. This is an Kaggle environment. Fine, to execute R. So I have selected here R language. So see, we have assigned 24 to X, and what I want basically, that a given number is even or odd. I want to print that one. Fine. So I have written here two statements. See, if X modulus. So this is the R writing style for modulus, or not a single operator is having its own meaning. So that's why we will have to use two modulus operator here. Fine. So that will equivalent to a one modulus. In traditional programming we have seen that one. So this is X modulus 2 equal to 0. It means the value, if we are going to count the modulus of this X, which is right now 24. So if it is what you can say, that is, if modulus of this X by 2, we are going to get 0 values. It is simply that if the remainder is 0, the value will be even, and if the remainder is not 0, it means it is an odd number. Fine, let's try to execute it. So we know this is even or odd. This is an even number, and we have so remember one thing while executing this one. So it completely depends upon the speed of your internet. Fine. So this is clearly visible. See, 24 is an even number, that we can see here itself. Fine. For after executing, we have this result. So it is, if we change the value of this 24 to 25, let's suppose, and we'll try to see 25 is an odd number. So it is clearly visible here itself. Fine. So similarly, we can see that the variation in this one, that we can write two ifs. We have seen that right now, and we can write if followed by else also. Fine. So condition is given there. So if I have written this is 100 and I have checked here, that is how I am going to control the statement. If A is less than 20, fine. So A is less than 20, and this is a new line. We are going to after printing this one, we are going to move towards new line, and else A is not less than 20. Fine. If this works, then good. Otherwise, I am going to get this value. Fine. So let me execute it. Yeah. So A is not less than 20. The value of A is what? A is 100. Fine. So A is not less than 20. We know this. A is not less than 20. So this value is printed. If A is less than 20, fine, the condition is true. The condition is true, and the value, sorry, this value will be, so A is less than 20 not is, so we know A is greater than 20, and this value is what? False, and we have this else part will be get executed. And this is a general statement which has nothing to do with this if and else. Either I'll write this if else or not, this statement is going to be executed. It is clearly visible. Fine. Now we'll move forward, and we'll see. This is a way of checking. This is if and else. If this point is true, then this body part will be get executed if this statement is true. Otherwise, if this statement will be false, this statement will be going to be get executed. Fine. So try to understand this one. What I have written, this is what you can say, this is a vector in which we have given the string values, and I want to check that whether this string is present in this whole string or collection of whole string or not. This is a vectors. Fine. So this key is stored in this present in this whole string or not. So key, and the way of writing is that modulo modulo, that is a percent in. This is the way our writing style. Okay, so I am going to find this in this x itself. This is the x variable. So key is present in x or not. You can read this one. If this key is present here, this statement will get true and this point will be get executed. Otherwise this point will be get executed. Let's try to execute it. As we know that it present here, so key is found. See, this key is there and that's why it is key is found. Similarly we can see this one. So here what I want the input from the user, and the way of that is read line, and it will going to prompt enter your age, that will be get printed over there, and we have going to convert that as integer as we know the way of we put the value will be treated as a string and it will be get converted to integer. So that's why we have written as integer. Okay, the value here comes to in form of a string, and here it will be get converted into integer. Fine. And we have a check. If the value is less than 18, print your child. If age is greater than 30, you are an old guy, else you are an adult. Fine, we'll see that one. So I am going to put what? 15, sorry, and enter. So you are a child. So the value is less than 18, less than 18. This value will be get true. So this point will be get executed, and other parts are not going to be executed. Fine. Similarly, we can see this one. This is a program. You can say for if the value I am going to choose accordingly, it will going to perform. So this is what you can say. This is a value is given: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. We are going to see this printed value. Fine, and will prompt user for entering three values basically. Two for doing the arithmetic operation, and one for choosing one of them options. Fine. So this is way of taking the input. We know this one, why we have converted into integer, and we have this integer choice. If choice equal to 1, if I'll choose 1, it will going to perform sum and the value will be get printed. Otherwise, if 2, subtraction, if 3, division, if 4, multiplication, otherwise wrong. So let me execute it once. So I have given first number is 2, enter, 3, enter, and I want to do multiplication. Fine. And see, we have the answer is what? Answer is 6. This is how you are going to control your statements by using if-else if. In my next video, we are going to see the switch statement, how we are going to control the statement by using switch. Switch is also a control statement. So, hope you have understood this concept very well. And again, thanks for watching this video. Okay, so thanks from my side.